Hello, I'm John. I bought this K&F Concept multifunction clamp. I call it my magic clamp. The reason I bought it is I like to film wildlife, and I've got a camera which already has a monitor exactly where I want it. But I wanted to improve the sound, so I bought myself a shotgun microphone. I don't want to put the microphone onto the top of the camera because that's too fiddly for adjusting the focus and everything else. So I wanted to find a way of, easy way of putting it away from the camera, but carrying on pointing in the same direction. So, got myself a shotgun microphone, took out the pieces of the super clamp. Now there's several things for mobile phones and so on that I might use one day, but the main thing I wanted was for the microphone. Screw it into the bottom. Nice and tight. Okay. That's all good. Now, just adjust the magic piece of the arm. Get the microphone out of the way for the moment. Turn the clamp round. Now, I don't want to attach the microphone to the leg, because when I turn the camera, I want the microphone to go in the same direction. So I needed a clamp that would go on a fairly narrow arm on the camera. So, clamp it down nice and tight, no problem whatsoever. Now, I just slacken off little screw fitment, turn it round, tighten it. Now I can turn my camera and the microphone's always facing the same direction as the lens. So I'm very happy with that. That was the main thing that I bought it for. But sometimes I like to be able to record sound from my microphone with having the microphone much closer to the bird that I'm filming. So, I don't want it always attached to the camera. It means I can take the camera and sit back some distance away and record the sound actually much closer to the bird. So let's put the camera carefully out of the way. And here's one I made earlier, in true Blue Peter fashion. Voila. So the camera is 15-20 meters away, but I want the microphone recording much closer to the bird or the nightingale. I know where the bird's going to perch. So, super clamp. This is where it could go horribly wrong. Take the magic clamp, attach it to a branch, adjust, and make it face any direction I want. Let's say the nightingale's a couple of meters this way, in the next tree. Turn the clamp round. Voila. Can now step back with the microphone. So that's doing exactly what I wanted it to be able to do. Not expensive and an easy solution. And it seems to hold things really quite securely. Now, there's K&F clamp that I bought, this multifunction clamp. has to serve a few purposes for me. I'm not going skateboarding, so I'm not using the GoPro attachment. But in my photographing and filming wildlife, I quite often use camera traps. And in true Blue Peter style, I've got a tree inside the studio with a typical camera trap on the top. Now it's strapped to what would be the tree, and this always presents problems for anyone that uses camera traps regularly. How do you angle it? You end up stuffing pieces of wood on and trying to change angle. It's clumsy, it's difficult to get the direction exactly as you want it. So, if I turn my tree round, now this could be branches on the tree that I want to attach the camera trap to, but actually quite often when I want to put a camera trap up, I don't attach the camera trap directly to the tree. I quite often take a piece of wood and attach the camera trap to that. So I strap the wood on, then I can much more easily attach my camera trap. But if it's narrow branches, the straps won't work anyway. So I've got another camera trap here. Most camera traps come with a typical camera screw fitting. We'll take the clamp. It's usefully marked lock, so I should get the right direction. Screw it a bit. There. A little bit of fiddle, but it's on. So now I've got the K&F concept clamp attached to the camera. Now I can slacken this off. I can attach to a narrow branch, which I can't do with the camera trap itself. Tighten it up so it's nice and firm and tight. Tighten this end and tighten the magic clamp. Now I can face the camera trap wherever I want quite easily. If I want to adjust it, just slacken it off. I want to film something on the ground down below the tree, it's done there. I can put it in any position I like. Change direction. I can adjust it, and it's quite easy for me then to work on it. So either it's a branch where I've strapped a branch to the tree and I'm not having to put my arms all around while holding the camera. It works brilliantly. I can do any adjustment I want with this clamp. Maybe I want to just have the animals passing below. So that's the other main thing that I'm going to use this magic clamp for. There are other accessories. You can attach your mobile phone. I could demonstrate you going skateboarding, doing a loop with this holding a camera. That's for another day. So K&F concept, useful tool to have in my kit, great for the camera, great for recording sound separately, and great for the camera trap. So I'm very pleased with my purchase. It would make a very nice stocking filler for Christmas.
So I've got the KNF Concept camera clamping mount. The listing here is KNF Concept camera clamp mount, super clamp mount, magic arm with two 360-degree ball heads, ARRI 1/4 inch screw threads for DSLRs, action camera, tripod, phone, compatible with GoPro DJI Insta360. So yeah, it's got the mount where you can mount it to any pole or hard object like a desk side. It's got the two balls with this magic arm concept that they have, and then a 1/4 inch screw that'll go into the bottom of pretty much anything that you have. I currently have the action camera mount on it for my Osmo Action 5 Pro, which I'm using to film this. And I've just got a couple of issues with it that I wanted to point out. And I'll start with kind of like the minor issues and kind of work my way up. First of all, I've only used this one single time, and it was in a static environment where I attached it to my tripod and I had my Osmo 5 filming alongside my main camera, and I just had this statically attached. I rotated the balls upward like this and just had it filming alongside my camera for redundant footage. So the first issue I have is that this rubber gasket here on the ball is already deteriorating. I've used it one time. On that side and this side there's a chunk taken out of it. I don't know how that happened or when, but basically that's already kind of degrading. That's a little disappointing. It came with two spares, but if that's how fast one degraded, I'm not really confident about how long it'll last. Secondly, it's got this like locking turnstile for the 1/4 inch screw to go into the mount mechanism, and I'm able to just lightly pull on it to undo it. Now, when I tightened it, I used a little tool to give this some extra torque to tighten that and lock it in, and then I'm just able to twist it off very easily, and it just doesn't really give me any confidence in its ability to stay. The biggest issue I have is with the clamp. So I kind of like how far it opens up, but honestly I wish it opened up a little bit more and that these teeth came out further just to be able to grip onto more surfaces, but as it stands, I do kind of like it. So the issue is with its grip strength. So I've got this glass jar or whatever, and I'm going to just show you kind of the issue. I've got it attached and I'm going to tighten it, but oh no, the thumb screw screws off in the tightening direction. And so that's how loose it is. And I don't know if you can see, but I've got some indentations from where I used a clamp to hold this down while I tightened this in the opposite direction so that it would be as tight as possible in this direction, so that when I turned it this direction, it wouldn't come loose. But as you can see, it already has, and it just doesn't stay on. So I thought about potentially using something like JB Weld, mixing these together, gooping it in there, tightening it on really tight, and then leaving it overnight to cure. But I don't know if that's really worth it. This was not very cheap, so I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this or not. It's been kind of disappointing overall. I was really excited for it, but it just has a couple of design flaws that I'm not really in love with. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this thing. I just want to point out that I feel like I shouldn't have to make any alterations to an item that I bought in order to make it usable, which is why I'm not sure if I want to keep it or not. So now all I gotta do is let it cure, and then maybe I'll test it out and see if it works enough that I'm gonna like it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna ultimately return this and get something else. Either way, if you found this useful, maybe like it or share it with somebody else, and thanks for watching this.
Quick video for this super clamp. So here it is here. This is what you get in the box for $19.99, and the description on the site, on the Amazon site, is correct. It tells you this is what you get, but when you look at the actual different side pictures, some of them you might think you're getting the magic arm as well, but you're not. And again, the description is accurate, and about this item on the Amazon page is accurate. And they kind of, you know, just in one of the slides, I would say, or one of the pictures, refer to the magic arm, but that's a separate item. You can get the magic arm in this in a kit together for I think about 35 bucks. But I knew what I was getting when I got this, and it's just this clamp. It's metal construction, it's well built, and this is how far it opens up to, which I would say, I don't know, I don't have my tape measure here, but about, let's say 2 inches. Feels well constructed. I've used it already on the side of my tripod and clamped it to the side of my tripod, and it holds nice and tight and firmly. And then you can put in other mounts here in these threaded holes here, 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 here. So overall, I like this clamp. I plan to use it with an Insta360 and a stick to clamp to some other things as well. So hopefully this helps you out. For 20 bucks, I think it's a nice clamp, and it's priced fairly.
So that's somewhat tight. Any further, it will just keep coming off. Just comes straight off. And as you can see, it's not even on tight. It's wobbly. You know, if I have this like that and I put a camera on it, it's just going to fall straight up. Look, it's not on tight at all.